guest, self-directed IRA, IRS audit protection. Hey everyone, Adam Bergman here, tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial. And welcome to another episode of Adam Talks. On today's episode, really proud to talk about IRA Financial, rated the top self-directed IRA, IRS audit protection by Investopedia, second or third year in a row. So super psyched about that. We are super duper focused on keeping our clients protected from IRS audits regarding their self-directed IRA and solo 401k. And thought it'd be a good time to talk about what we do, kind of audit risks for IRAs in the alternative asset marketplace. So there's not a lot of data that discloses what or how many returns the IRS audits for IRAs. Why? Because there's no specific IRA audit division. Department of Labor does not deal with IRA audits. The SBSE division of the IRS does, which is small business self-employed division. So this is the issue. When you file a 1040, an income tax return, it doesn't include what your IRA invests in. It doesn't include the value of your IRA. Doesn't even include how many IRAs you have. Doesn't say if you invest in stocks, mutual funds, real estate, cryptos, gold, nothing. All it will report is if you take a distribution, so you have to pay tax from a distribution from your IRA. If you do a Roth conversion, the amount of that conversion will be subject to income tax. Or if you make a pre-tax contribution, that will be included as a tax deduction on your 1040. Otherwise, there's going to be no reflection on your 1040 on any IRA activities. So that is the reason why the SBSE, the Small Business Self-Employed Division, do not audit IRAs. They just don't have the data or information. Now, how is IRA, self-directed IRA or any IRA data disclosed to the IRS? Well, it's done by the custodian, whether it's Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab, or IRA Financial, on a form called a 5498. The issue is the 5498 does not go to the SBSE division. It goes to another division in the IRS. So anytime two internal government subdivisions need to interact, it's not very effective and not extremely seamless. So that is the main reason that if they're auditing Adam Bergman's return, they're going to focus on my 1040. The SBSE has no expertise in IRA, so they're not going to go into the 5498 world and kind of figure all this out. That's not really their job or their duties. Now, the only data I was able to find on IRA, self-directed IRA or IRA audits is from a 2014 Government Accountability Office report. And based off this document, it states that the SBSE division uses field examinations to pursue complex tax returns. So if you just have a very basic tax return, the SBSE is not even going to audit you. Okay. So in fiscal year 2013, that's 10 years ago, it's the best information I've been able to find. Field examiners audited IRA issues only on 1,588 returns, and they recommended just $3.3 million in additional taxes. That represents 0.3% of all of the SB examinations and just 1.1% of total tax adjustments for the year. Okay. So the issue is the SB and SE officers have very specific duties and also expertise, and it's not in the IRA world. Nevertheless, IRAs do get audited, right? As those figures show. I've been through audits. I've been doing this 14 years. I've been practicing tax law 21 years, no, 22 years actually. So I've seen IRA audits, 401k audits, and I've helped a number of clients with them. The common characteristic in all these audits is these folks were generally over the age of RMD, which is 73 years old now, meaning if you have to take a required minimum distribution, the amount you take is based off the value of the IRA. So it's extremely important from the IRS's perspective to make sure the value you're using to calculate that IRA RMD is accurate, right? If your IRA is really worth 200K, but you're saying it's worth 100, the amount of the RMD, which is between 3 and 4%, is obviously going to be less, meaning that's less tax money the IRS gets to spend. So they are very focused on value, especially if you're over the RMD age. So honestly, common characteristic of the audits I've looked at is really age. I think almost all of them, yeah, I think actually all of them were for folks over the age of RMD. So what do we do? How do we make sure our clients stay protected? Well, we have an amazing annual compliance service team. We have incredible trained tax professionals that are always available during the work week, obviously through chat, email, questions, phone, where our clients are able to talk to us, hopefully before the investment, to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. What do you think? Is there something I should be concerned about? Prohibited transactions, UBIT, whatever it is. And that's been super successful on our part to make sure that our clients understand the rules. We have a prohibited transaction questionnaire they must complete before investments could fund their investment. And it's really education. We believe that education is the key to keeping all of you super safe. So that's what we do. We have an incredible team, as I mentioned. We encourage our clients to call. Yeah, we want you to call. You can chat us, obviously, if you don't want to call us, email us, but we want to help. The thing with the self-directed IRA world is we can't help unless the clients tell us and initiate and are proactive, because we don't know what you're doing, right? If you have an IRA LLC, once we fund your LLC, I don't know if you're buying cryptos, gold, real estate, private placements, or just cash. I don't know. The only thing we ask for is the value of your IRA. So it's super important for you as the client to be proactive and talk to us. We may not know all the answers, but we're going to find the answers for you and research them. And that's all included in our annual compliance service. We've never had a client lose an audit on any self-directed IRA matter. We will work with the client, and I've done this personally for no additional fee. We charge just $299 a year for an IRA compliance fee, which is pretty much bare bones. I mean, go find a lawyer and accountant that's going to help you and work with you through an audit for $300. A lot of people think that's crazy low, but we have 26,000 clients, so we're able to keep things low because not everyone uses our service on a daily basis, obviously, and we don't have a lot of clients that have any audit issues. But if you do, we're going to be there for you, as Investopedia recognizes, and we're going to walk you through the process, help you coordinate with the IRS. We've write letters, draft letters. I've sat on calls with clients with the IRS, and we'll work with you to get your matter resolved. Now, obviously, if you do a prohibited transaction, we can't help you, right? If you bought a house and lived in your IRA, I can't work any magic. If you get audited, we'll help you hopefully find a resolution, but I'm not going to go to tax court and defend you because there's really not much to defend. But anything gray, which we've had, we'll work with our clients to find a resolution. If we can't file a resolution, we will help the client find appropriate counsel to file a claim in tax court to defend their position. Thankfully, that has not happened. Why? We've been able to resolve any type of IRS self-directed IRA matter through simple negotiations. I think only one case our client had to pay a particular fine, but in every other case we've been able to negotiate with the IRS and obviously prove the client's point that there hasn't been any prohibited transaction that was undertaken. UBIT, which is unrelated business income tax, is not going to be this type of issue. It's really prohibited transaction world. And again, you're talking about such a minute amount of returns that are audited. It's not something I would lose sleep on. If you did something gray, talk to us. We can try to fix it. There is a 3-year statute of limitation, meaning the statute begins to tick once you do that potential prohibited transaction. So let's say you had $100,000 in your IRA LLC, and by mistake you said $10 to your personal account by mistake, just because you got your accounts mixed up. The 3-year statute starts when that $10 is deposited in your personal account. So if the IRS doesn't audit you within 3 years, technically you're home free. It's very hard to go after a 6-year substantial understatement penalty for IRAs. There seems to be exclusions out of that. So it's really a 3-year window. The IRS has tried to expand it to 6, but they have not been able to include that in any legislation that has passed Congress and the Senate and signed into law by the president. So it's still 3 years. So all those layers provide taxpayers comfort. But if you're a client of IRA Financial, you'll also have the added comfort to know that we'll be with you if anything goes awry, where we'll work with you and help you through the process, helping the IRS understand your investment, your position. Of course, if it's prohibited, we'll tell you, hey, you need to just deal with the IRS and get this resolved. If we feel like you have a strong argument, we'll help you contend that and help you defend yourself, which we've done. Generally, it starts with letter writing campaigns, which will help you do. Then I've done a bunch of calls with the IRS. Probably you'll have an accountant on as well. And usually it gets resolved at that point. It's the IRS also, just to remember, from a policy standpoint, they don't want to nail people's retirement accounts. It just doesn't look good, right? They're okay fighting you if you didn't pay enough tax, you took a big deduction, but this is your retirement account. Really, the IRS, I've worked with them for many years. They're not bad people. They aren't. They got to do their jobs, but they really, from a policy standpoint, don't want to destroy your retirement account. So if you do have some wiggle room and there's a gray area, they will work with you. And we'll help you do that. So we're super proud that it's third year in a row we've been rated the best self-directed IRA audit protection company. We're super proud of that because we care. We care about our clients. We will spend the money to help you, through the process. If it gets to litigation, at that point you'll have to bring on accountants or attorneys, which you'll have to obviously deal with that on your own since it's your IRA, but we will still work with you and those attorneys to help you through the process and provide any any type of support as well as research or advisory services we can do to try to get you through that process. So this was kind of like, I don't know, kind of a plug. I usually don't do this. I'm Canadian. I'm a pretty shy guy. I don't like to really pat myself on the shoulder, but I am proud of this. I think we have an amazing team, and I'm really excited Investopedia recognize this because I do think we go above and beyond any other company that I know of in this space, really caring about our clients, making sure our clients are educated. I've written 8 books. I do 3 podcasts a week. We do webinars for our clients, YouTube lives. I drop multiple videos a week, all to educate our clients so they can become the best self-directed IRA investor, and also to protect themselves against any potential prohibited transactions. Now, I can't tell you how many clients that we've been able to kind of begin working with after they saw the videos or read one of my books or the podcast. And it's like, I want your support. I want to move my account to you. I'm happy to pay your IRA custodian fee, your $299 a year. Like, no other custodian will answer my questions. They keep saying, go find a lawyer, go find an accountant. We don't want to help you. The bottom line is they just don't have the expertise for whatever reason. They don't want to expand and make sure they have that capacity. We have it. I've started the firm. I have it. I would put myself up against anyone in the country in terms of self-directed IRA knowledge. I don't think anyone has more knowledge than me in the space. Not just my pedigree, having a master's in taxation, worked at some of the largest law firms in the world. The fact that I've been doing this 14 years, I've written what I've written. I don't know. You can ask my wife. I don't know a lot about much, but I know a lot about this. So I think I spend hours a week training my team. We have 80 plus employees in the whole IRA Financial world. So this is what we do, and we do it better than everyone. And I'm really proud. Feel super excited that Investopedia recognized us again in 23 for having the best self-directed IRA audit support and guarantee. So thanks again for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, really appreciate it. If you have questions, let us know. You don't even have to be a client. Like, we want to help you. We'll get you the right answer. That's how we learn. We'll learn from each other. So have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. I'll see everyone again or listening next week.